So Shakur Stevenson gave his reaction to Devin Haney putting on a masterpiece against Regis Prograis, where he stated, quote, "Fair play." However, later on, he changed his mind by stating, quote, "Gotta give Bill goofy ass his credit. He's a smart businessman." End of the quote. Well, if Bill is such a smart businessman, Bill Haney said that Shakur Stevenson is a tune-up fight for Devin Haney. Then he sent Shakur Stevenson an offer to fight Devin Haney for undisputed. However, Shakur Stevenson turned it down. So, clearly, Shakur knows what time it is when it came to Devin Haney. Shakur is talking as if he never was presented the fight and he turned it down. Well, apparently Shakur turned down the fight for good reasons. As we all saw Regis step up to the plate for Shakur to fight Devin Haney, and we all saw how that went last night. I mean, Devin Haney put on a masterpiece against Regis Prograis. Shakur said that Devin Haney struggles against the southpaw style. Come to find out, Shakur is the one struggling against the southpaw style, as we all saw against Edwin his last fight. He looked terrible. However, when it came to Devin Haney, it seems like he got the southpaw style down packed. I mean, the speed, the power, the precision, the counter-punching ability, the way Devin was varying his offense and defense, countering with such precision and power, was highly impressive. Devin made Regis land the fewest punches in boxing history, only 10% in a championship fight, which that was credit to Devin Haney. Full skill set, not just his defense, but also his offense. The way he was able to vary his lead punches and counter punches. That was highly impressive. I mean, Devin Haney is living up to all of the hype other fighters had, and then some. Devin did what Shakur Stevenson should have done. The hype Shakur had is what Devin Haney displayed in reality. This is not hype. This is for real. That's why it really doesn't make sense for Shakur to first give Devin Haney credit by saying fair play. Then he changed his mind a few seconds later, talking about Bill is a smart businessman. Like I said, as if he didn't turn down the fight to begin with. To make matters worse, it was Shakur Stevenson that said this fight was 50-50. And he even favored Regis to beat Devin Haney. So, how you go from saying Regis beats Devin Haney because Devin struggles with southpaws and Regis has one-punch knockout power, and Devin Haney is moving up to 140. This is his debut. He's not used to the weight. To not saying after the fight, Bill is a smart businessman. That don't even go together. I mean, Shakur PR need to tell him to stay off social media because he keeps making it worse and worse every single time. Like I said before, just like Shakur fought a power puncher with hand speed who was a southpaw, Devin Haney also did the same exact thing while moving up in weight. Making his debut at 140, Regis could crack, and we all know he has good hand speed. However, what Shakur should have done against Edwin, who was never a champion, is what Devin Haney did against a better opponent in Regis. As we all saw last night, Devin Haney displayed the art of boxing, hit and don't get hit. Regis landed the least amount of punches in boxing history in a championship fight along 12 rounds. However, unlike Shakur versus Edwin, where Shakur was practicing the art of don't hit and don't get hit, that was not the case for Devin Haney. Devin Haney was hitting just as much as he was making Regis miss, which this is the sweet science of boxing. This is what the sweet science of boxing is all about. I told you guys, when Shakur fights, he does everything off his lead hand. He has to set up everything with his lead hand. However, not Devin Haney. You guys seen Devin Haney lead with left and right uppercuts, with straight right hands, with check hooks. Whatever it is, Devin Haney can do. Last night, Devin Haney showed there isn't anything he can't do offensively and defensively. He's a completed fighter. Even the criticism the fans had, which was, oh, Devin doesn't have power. Well, Devin making his debut to 140 showed a whole lot of power against an Iron Chin opponent in Regis, which this all goes back to what I have said originally in the past when Shakur, Gervonta, and Devin Haney all turned pro. It seemed like Shakur was the most talented. However, he didn't develop like Devin and Gervonta did. But the one that developed the most was Devin Haney, since he's the most athletic. The more he fought, the more he got better. While Shakur, he still has that same style he had in the amateurs. He didn't really change much, but we all know the pros is a different sport. Right now, Tank and Devin by far look way more complete than Shakur. Especially Devin. I mean, the way he looked last night, he looked unbeatable. If Floyd is MJ, Devin Haney is looking like Kobe at the moment in time. That's how good Devin Haney looked. You couldn't find a flaw in Devin Haney. You couldn't find a chink in his armor. That's why everyone messed up by avoiding Devin Haney until he tapped into his prime. Now it's too late, it seems like. When Shakur was saying things like Devin Haney has problems with the southpaw style, I think that was more so Devin Haney struggling to make 135. I don't think he was the same fighter. And perhaps he did have some problems because even Floyd Mayweather had some problems fighting southpaws early on in his career until he picked up the angles, which this is exactly what's happening to a T with Devin Haney. History repeat itself. Notice Devin Haney, his angles against an orthodox fighter is spectacular. It don't get better than that. Now his angles against the southpaw style is just as good, if not better, which goes back to Devin Haney development, gaining experience each fight. He's like a sponge. Because he's so athletic, the more he fights his opponents, he gets to pick up every little trick they had. I seen him do things that Loma does to opponents when he steps outside of his opponent's lead foot to the weak side. Devin Haney did that to Regis all night. He even did it better than Loma. Unlike Loma, who only does it to one side, Devin Haney was doing it on both sides, the weak and the strong side, which made it highly impressive. On top of doing the Floyd Mayweather check hook, so on and so forth, Devin Haney couldn't have looked better. Last but not least, I told you guys that in the past, I really didn't know who was the one out of Gervonta, Devin Haney, and Shakur. At first, I thought it was Shakur. Then I thought it was between Devin Haney and Gervonta. However, now it's as clear as day to me that Devin Haney is most likely the one. Only Allah knows, but I don't see Devin Haney losing to anybody. I see him beating everybody. I mean, he has the potential to be the pound-for-pound #1 king for a decade from now. He's already top 3. Give him a year or so and he's going to be #1. I see him remaining that way, like I said, for more than a decade. If this was anime, Devin Haney is like Goku mastered Ultra Instinct. Shakur, on the other hand, he's like the unmastered version, where he can dodge every punch. However, he's just not doing nothing offensively. That's why you can say Shakur is like Vegeta, because he couldn't master Ultra Instinct, so he went the destruction route. And Tank is like Broly. We all know how that story goes. Goku always wins. With that being said, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe below. And to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.